MB Drift's second round competition got underway on Saturday at the Rockingham Speedway road course, featuring one of the toughest layouts so far this season. Event organizers Marshall Eggerling and Devin Creasy spoke with the RO at the conclusion of the competition, which saw Daniel Neal come out on top as the winner. Here is more.
So we had about 25 drivers total today. We had about 16 in our competition, which is about the perfect amount for a top 16 competition, which is what we traditionally do. We had a lot of good driving today. We qualified our drivers in an open qualifying format where even the people that are not competing can still practice and still enjoy the time and not be pushed aside. We can still have everybody involved. That process went really well. We had a little bit of a break. The tie rod broke kind of right there in the one spot. There's very few, breaks or issues with cars today.
Yeah, today everybody's cars really ran pretty well. They drove pretty well too. So, as far as that goes, minor hiccups, but it was, today ran pretty smooth. They're pretty happy with it. We had some last minute changes. The weather caused some issues with paving, so we weren't able to add the asphalt that we've been talking about just because of the rain, so it got delayed. So we had to change layouts last minute, and that was kind of a little bit of a scramble, but it worked out really well. The driver feedback today was that the course was great, the track was great. We haven't heard anything negative at all. Everybody seemed pretty happy.
It looked pretty challenging.
Yeah, that's exactly right. When we set up our competitions, we try and make each round a little bit more challenging than the last, so that way it builds driver skills and progression through the season. And I think we did a good job of that today, because how we had the clipping point set up, and how we had these goals set up for the drivers, it was definitely a challenge, and it brought out a totally different driving style than what some people were used to.
And another added benefit from how we ran the course today was it wasn't an overly long course, but it was certainly challenging. It was a little bit higher in speed overall than the last course. The last course kind of really slowed down during the last turn, but we also had a pretty long area to be able to drive to get back in line and give the tires on all the cars more time to cool down, which gives them more longevity.
Yeah. So looking ahead to next month is round 3, right?
Yep.
Are you going to keep it here on the road course, or are you going back to Little Rock? Or
I think we're going to do it here again. We're definitely going to try to probably utilize the paving that didn't get done right up to before this event. We want to capitalize on our investment as best we can. So we want to be able to use that paving, but we still have to find a way to make it a fast but challenging course to still continue to build the skills from this round as well.
Yeah. We've got 2 more rounds of competition. We got a bunch of paving that we're adding in here in the infield, a road course that is going to make it a lot more versatile for drifting. We're really excited about it. So I would expect the next 2 rounds of competition are probably going to be in the infield. We're going to continue to use Little Rock. Not as often. We love running at Little Rock. It's such a different kind of a feel for drifting because there's elevation changes. The go-kart track there that we use dips down. So you end up high and then down and then back up again, and it's really cool. It feels really cool as a driver because you really can throw it in really hard and sling it through these corners. So we're planning on using Little Rock later this year for Halloween Havoc, our fall festival, our fall Matsuri. We're going to try and run both tracks at the same time, so we can have a ton of drivers and people get tons and tons of seat time.
Yeah, because part of the downside to Little Rock is that you don't have these awesome covered garages to pit in, get out of the sun, and all that stuff. This is really an added bonus for all of our drivers to be able to use, the covered garages that, former NASCAR drivers used to use on top of that. So it's a really awesome experience for them as well.
Especially during the summer when it's hot. Today it really warmed up. You come into the garages, it was shaded, there was a little bit of a cross breeze through it. Felt so good to be able to get out of the sun and hang out in the garages. It really was great for today, and it's going to be great for the rest of the summer.
And then one of our events we're hoping to run late into the night in the middle of the summer. So we'll start drifting at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, late afternoon, evening, and then go into like midnight, 1, maybe even 2 a.m. so you can kind of get out of the sun, the heat of the day, and then hopefully we'll have some infield lights by then as well.
Yeah, I know they put them up. Yeah,
yeah.
they're hooked up yet.
They got the poles sitting back there. and they've been waiting to, I think, to get them all set up. The plan that they told us, or the plan they had initially, was to light the entire infield, because they want to be able to use the track as more than just a racetrack. They want it to be a venue for all kinds of different activities, and a lot of that, I think, is going to end up taking place in the infield. That's where the most space is. So by adding all this lights, we love it, because it means that our track is going to be lit, the one that we like drifting, and on top of that, they're going to be able to have it lit for festivals. A lot of our 2-day events, we like to get music going, and so we can have a DJ or a band or something, and it'll be lit so people can hang out, and it won't be it won't be totally in the dark. So we're pretty excited about that. We don't know what the timeline is. They haven't told us yet, but we know that they're working on it. We see the light poles waiting, so we've got our fingers crossed.
Yeah, when it's done, that may be the celebratory event. Right after that, we end up trying to take advantage of it and run later tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Other than that, the details about our competition, we've got qualifying points for each of the 4 rounds. We're going to have, each round has winners where we're giving $250 cash to the winner, $500 for first place, and then free entry for third place. They also get gift certificates for everyone for safety equipment, and then end of the season point winners are going to get a lot even more cash, and then our sponsors like Kenda are going to give contingency prizes like tires, gift certificates, and things like that as well.
You can find information about all of our events on Facebook and Instagram at MB Drift Series, or on our website, www.mbdrift.com. We've got our season schedule up there. We're working on getting the links to where you can prepay for all of your passes. Thefoat.com is where you can buy tickets at. Everything, we try and keep everything updated. We also have a YouTube, youtube.com/mbdrift. We try and post all kinds of content so people know what's going on. We can show off all the cool stuff that we've been involved with here at the Rock, and show off all the cool, the awesome driving that we have going on.
Yeah, outside of that, we just want to welcome all the local community to come out and check out some of these fun events. I know it's not the traditional type of motorsport, but if you come out and experience it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to fall in love. So a lot of times we'll put people in cars doing ride-alongs and all that stuff to get a really immersive experience. Some people say it's too much wear and tear on your car and tires and things like that, but it's such a fun thing to do that everyone should come out and check it out at least one time, and then they can decide firsthand whether they like it or not.
Be sure to tune into the RO Sports Show this Thursday at 5:30 for more highlights with extended interviews. Fresh off the heels of the CDC's latest COVID-19 guidelines, Governor Roy Cooper announced that he would lift the months-long mask mandate for residents who are fully vaccinated. On Thursday, the CDC recommended that those who are vaccinated need no longer wear a mask or socially distance, but added that the guidance didn't overrule local, state, or tribal government regulations. That's where Cooper's latest executive order comes in. While vaccinated individuals can go maskless in most places, workers and riders of public transportation must still wear masks. Students are also still required to mask up. Those working at correctional facilities are also still required to wear masks as well. Cooper's latest executive order also lifts capacity restrictions on most business operations. However, the governor recommends that those attending sporting events of more than 5,000 spectators wear masks. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, over 12,000 Richmond County residents are partially vaccinated and nearly 12,000 are fully vaccinated. The official schedule for the 50th season of Richmond Raider football was released by the program on Friday, as high school sports look to return to a normal timeline after the modified 2020-21 schedule. The Raiders and fifth-year head coach Brian Till will play a 10-game regular season. Richmond will play a 4-game non-conference schedule against 4 teams that made the NCHSAA state playoffs in 2020, followed by 6 conference games in a new 3A-4A split conference. The 4 non-conference teams the Raiders will play are Mount Tabor, Butler, Cardinal Gibbons, and Southview. In 2020, the Mount Tabor Spartans went 11-0 and won the 3AA state championship. Cardinal Gibbons won the 4A East Regional Championship and finished as the state's runner-up for the 2nd year in a row, while Butler made an appearance in the 4A West Regional Championship. Southview also made the 4A East State playoffs, but made an exit in the 2nd round, the same round the Raiders lost to Cardinal Gibbons. Till says scheduling such a competitive non-conference slate will continue to build the program while also hopefully helping the Raiders make deep playoff runs. The Richmond JV baseball team earned another series sweep on Friday. The JV Raiders mercy ruled Jack Brett for the second game in a row, 12-0 in 5 innings to take both ends of a 2-game set. Friday's win came after a 15-0 mercy rule win over the Buccaneers on Tuesday. Sophomore pitcher Walker Lambeth had another solid outing for Richmond, throwing a complete game shutout. The right-hander allowed just 2 hits, had no walks, and punched out 10 batters. Lambeth sat the JV Buccaneers down in order in the first, second, and fifth innings, while allowing solo singles in the third and fourth frames. The JV Raiders will travel to Scotland on Tuesday for the first of their 2 series with the Fighting Scots this season. First pitch is slated for 5 p.m. A productive 5th inning at the plate spurred the Richmond varsity baseball team to its second consecutive win on Friday, completing the season series win over Jack Britt as well. The Raiders and head coach Rob Ransom earned a 7-3 victory. Trailing by a run to start the 5th frame, the Raiders sent 8 batters to the dish and scored 4 runs to get ahead for good. 2 insurance runs in the top of the 6th secured the sweep of the Buccaneers. The Raiders missed some early opportunities to score. Richmond stranded 2 runners on base in the first and another in the third. Ransom said the team needs to do a better job jumping ahead early. Getting his second start this season, junior Cameron Way pitched 5 innings for the Raiders to collect the win. He allowed 2 runs on 6 hits and struck out 4 batters. Looking to continue their wave of momentum, the Raiders will host Hope County on Tuesday for senior night. When we return, we've got your Live at 5 weather report that's coming up after the break, so stay tuned.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
She gets her soccer skills from her mom, her sense of humor from her dad, and her drugs from her home medicine cabinet. Over half of misused medication comes from family and friends. Talk to your children about the dangers of prescription drug misuse. Secure your medication, take regular inventory to ensure nothing is missing, and properly dispose of expired or unused medication. Be aware. Don't share. Lock your meds.
At Richmond County Hospice, we strive to provide high-quality care to our patients and their families. Whether it's the incredible hospitality at the Haven House or from the comfort of your own home, you can count on Hospice to be there for you. We also offer monthly grief support groups, and our chaplain will be there to hold your hand in prayer. Through our amazing staff and our volunteers, Hospice has made difficult times easier for our community. Call the number on your screen if you feel that you or your loved one may benefit from our services. Richmond County Hospice. Peace, comfort, dignity.
JC's in Rockingham has you covered for used appliances, parts, trailers, and storage. We have one of the largest selections of reconditioned washers, dryers, and refrigerators in the Sand Hills, and we offer free delivery to residents inside Richmond County. Come check out our variety of trailers for any hauling job and our storage buildings for the things you need out of the weather or house. We also carry parts and accessories for appliances, trailers, truck beds, and can order the things you need. That's JC's on South Hancock Street in Rockingham.
Hometown heroes? Well, maybe. When it comes to backyard comfort and no pesky mosquitoes, call Brown Termite and Pest Control at 910-895-6410 or 910-276-8870. Their team of superheroes can take back control of your paradise. That's 910-895-6410 today.
Your Live at 5 weather report is brought to you by Sunset Slush Classic Italian Ice, located here in downtown Rockingham. And happy Monday, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. It was really, really nice and everything. Beautiful weather outside all weekend long. MB Drifted In was fantastic to get out there and enjoy some outdoor excitement. And also a little more excitement that happened on Sunday was in the evening. Unfortunately, there's a lot of cloud cover, so it was really difficult to see it here in Richmond County. But across the eastern coast, you did, if you were in a clear area, you probably saw a streak of some green and blue type formation in the sky. That was from a Wallops, Virginia rocket launch last night. We actually got a little bit of it here on screen just before it dipped behind some clouds. I was managed to catch that photo. Very hard to see it too. My camera on my phone is not quite as good as some of the professional ones that you can find on Twitter. But yeah, it was really awesome to see that. I only see it for maybe about 5 seconds, and it went away behind the clouds. But nonetheless, it was real pretty cool to see that. They've been trying to launch this thing for over a week now, so it's very great to see they finally got it out there. But let's take a look at tonight's forecast. As of course, we do have warmer temperatures what we saw over the weekend. And in fact, we're really seeing temperatures going up throughout this week. We'll get to that here in just a moment. But for now, tonight, 6 o'clock, 77 degrees. 10 o'clock, 68 degrees, with lots of cloud coverage this evening as well. We have a sunset at 8:16 p.m. and a waxing crescent moon phase out tonight as well. And the cloud coverage will continue on throughout the next couple of hours as well, and the next 24 hours as well. Looking at the highs and lows for tomorrow, plenty of clouds in the area. There'll be a little bit of sunshine here or there, but overall clouds all day long. Fayetteville a high of 79, low of 57. Rayford a high of 78, low of 30. High of 78, low of 56 for Rayford. Down in the Lumberton, a high of 80 and a low of 59, with Lumber sitting a high of 80 and a low of 58 as well. Up in Moore County, be a high of 77 and a low of 55. As we get into Richmond County, Ellerby will be seeing a high of 78 and a low of 58. Rockingham and Hamlet, a high of 79 and a low of 57. As we get down into Bennettsville, a high of 80 and a low of 58, with Waysboro seeing a high of 78 and a low of 58. Now looking at the 7-day forecast, cloud coverage continues on tomorrow, of course, with a high of 79 and a low of 57. As we get into Wednesday, be a high of 83 and a low of 59, and temperatures continue to climb on up from there. With Thursday, sunny skies all day long, a high of 85 and a low of 57. And as we get into Friday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 87 and a low of 61. And then the 90s are hitting this weekend, covering up behind me there, but now you can see it. Plenty of 90s coming up for the weekend. 90 for Saturday with a low of 65, followed by Sunday with more sunny skies, a high of 92 and a low of 67. Very, very, very warm days today. Actually, I would say hot for those days. Then on Monday, partly cloudy skies, a little bit more. While it is going to be in the 94 for Monday, we do have some cloud coverage to help kind of cool things off just a little bit. But there'll be a high of high of 94 and a low of 69. So we have very, very warm, very hot temperatures on the way coming up for the weekend. So be prepared for that. Personally, I think it's probably the best time to get into a pool. That's what I would do if I could. But just be mindful of it. We are definitely getting into some drier conditions here moving forward. We've kind of already seen our rain come through, and we are looking to be seeing a little bit more of a drier spring as we move forward towards the end of it this season. So be mindful of that if you're going to be out starting any fires for like a camping trip or anything of that nature. Just be mindful, make sure you got something around to make sure that fire doesn't get out of control. You certainly don't want that to happen. But that's going to do it for Live 5 Weather Report and for tonight's edition of Live 5. Of course, for the latest news, sports, and events happening in Richmond County, always visit richmondchurch.com, or you can download free our app for your mobile devices. For the Live 5 crew, I'm Russell Parker. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Richmond County.